Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to fix this issue. If you're sliding in and out on these seats, eventually you're going to run into this issue. And what happens is this big black plastic piece that actually mounts to the seat frame, it's held on by 3 rivets. And over time, the plastic around those rivets breaks, so there's nothing left to hold this thing on. In my case, of the 3, the front 2 are broken. The only thing holding it on is the rear one. So today I'm going to show you how to remove this, replace it, and fix it. One thing to note about this project is you're going to need one of these. This is a riveting tool. It's super inexpensive. You can get them at any auto parts store or hardware store. I've ordered mine from Amazon. You're going to need one of these in order to put back in the 3 rivets that we're going to have to drill out. So the very first step, which I've already done, is to remove the cover. This is typically over the top here. If you look at the back, it's held on by a couple clips. There's clips up front, there's some clips that go around where the controls are here, and then there's one here in the center. So all you do is you grab it by the front and you pry it off. So I just grabbed it top and bottom, and I worked my way from the front to the back, and then just unsnap. And then once it's loose, you can slide the whole thing backwards and back into the back seat. All right, so step number 2 is going to be to remove the control module out of the frame here. We're going to start by removing the plug, and then there's a latch here on this side. So I'm just going to stick a screwdriver in there, pop that, and it should pry out this side first. All right, so this thing came out super easy, exactly like I thought it would. Just pop the clip and it popped right out. Unfortunately, I forgot something. I need to move the seat forward before I take this off, because I need to be able to access this rivet in the back so I can drill it out. So putting this back in for a second and moving the seat forward. All right, so the next step is going to be to drill out all the rivets. Like I said, my front 2 are broken. It's only being held on by the back, so I'm going to drill out the back one first. Then I can take this piece of plastic out and then have better access to drill out the remaining rivets. So I've got a 1/8 inch drill bit here. You want to pick one that's just slightly larger than the hole on these rivets. Just stick the drill bit in there and drill it till it pops out. All right, so I had to go up a little bit in drill bit size. I went up to a 9/64, and that seems to do a little better job. And what happens is the head of that rivet will fall off once you drill through it, and it'll leave you with these little pieces kind of there that are still stuck inside the hole. So it's just a matter of taking a screwdriver and monkeying around with those things till they fall out. In one case, I kind of just set the screwdriver up against it and hit it with a hammer, and it pried what was left out. All right, my rivets are out, and by removing those, that allows me to get this piece of plastic out. This is the culprit. If anybody's curious, the part number on this is 52107317459. Now it's just a matter of putting it all back in. So here's my replacement part, and the dealership also gave me 4 rivets, which I think is also really nice. I only need 3, but they gave us 4, so I guess you don't have to order those. All right, so I put my new piece of plastic in here. Everything's lined up. Now it's time to rivet it back on. So here's my tool. It comes with different size, tips, depending on what size your rivet is. So I took the one that was in the middle. It seemed to be the one that fit the best. It's the one that the rivet fits in snugly, but it doesn't really wiggle around very much. There's a larger size, but it wiggles a lot. So I went with the second to largest size. And now I'm just going to stick it in there and keep clamping this thing down until the rivet breaks off. So I've never used one of these rivet tools before, and it actually turns out to be really easy. A rivet starts like this. It's got a head on it. You're going to stick that in the hole. Of course, it goes in here first. You stick that into the hole. You squeeze the handle. I'm squeezing about 2 times, and it'll make a loud snapping sound. And then the head will stay in there, and just the end will break off like that. And that's all there is to it. These are going in really easy. So I just snap the module back in. It's as simple as sticking this side in first and then pushing the back side down. It'll snap right into place. Put the wire back in and then just snap this back over the top. I'm not going to put this one on yet because I had to order a new one. In the back here, one of my tabs, this guy here broke off. The dealership had to order a new one, so I don't have it yet. So I'm going to hold off on this, but that's all there is to it. So if you have any questions about this, go ahead and leave me a comment below and I'll answer it as best I can. overall, this was very easy. I've never done rivets before, but drilling them out and using the tool was really easy, so I would recommend anybody do this themselves. I saw in the forums that some people have had to replace this thing multiple times, so I wouldn't pay the dealership to do it. This is pretty simple. Go ahead and give it a try yourself. All right, thank you.